Hatutoroki leo, zima hiyo kitu mkutano iendelee. Zima hiyo kitu mkutano iendelee, hatutoroki leo. Hatutoroki leo. Makosa yangu kubwa sana, nimesema kwamba Ruto 2027 lazima aende nyumbani. Na nasema hivyo kwa sababu ni nyinyi mmenituma. Ruto, tafadhali wacheni fujo. Hii mkutano haikuishi bwana, leo watatuua tukiwa hapa Malemba. Kakamega oye. Nataka niseme hapa kwa sababu mimi ni mwanafunzi wa Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga. Huyu baba Raila Amolo Odinga, hakuna mwanasiasa Kenya hii ambaye anatusiwa, kukejeliwa, kukosolewa zaidi yake. Na amenifunza kwamba Sifuna, unapokosolewa inamaanisha wewe ni kiongozi. Kwa hivyo wote ambao wamenikosoa hapa, nataka niseme sijasikia ubaya.
Kama Sifuna ameongea, hakuna haki ya kuongea. Hakuna haki ya kuongea. Kama wewe unatofautiana na yeye kwa maoni, sema yako. Sema yako. Sio ndio demokrasia? Mimi sijasema ati mimi usiongee kwa chama namna hii. Sema hata kama unaona baba anafanya makosa, sema.
Edwin Sifuna.
Could the man many Kenyans know as ODM sharp-tongued Secretary General become Kenya's next president? He is one of the most fearless voices in Kenya politics today. A lawyer, a senator, a master communicator. But behind the television debates and political rallies lies a story many Kenyans have never heard. How did a boy from Mumias rise to become one of the most influential politicians in the country? Why do some believe he could be the face of Kenya's next political generation? And what surprising fact about Edwin Sifuna remains largely unknown? Stay with me as we uncover the life, the struggle, victories, controversies, and the future ambition of one of Kenya's most talked about politicians.
When we witness Edwin Sifuna, we are seeing a wild forest fire that is thriving on the fuel of the failings of this regime and of other regimes before it. It is thriving on the fuel of failed hopes and failed promises, extravagant promises particularly, which President William Ruto made in 2022. People who are unhappy about the cost of living, about the goonism that we are seeing in the country, about the taxation and the taxes that go to waste. That is the fuel that is energizing the movement that is called Linda Mwananchi.
Edwin Sifuna is a name that dominates political discussion in Kenya today. Whether you support him or disagree with him, one thing is certain: he knows how to command attention. His confidence, wit, and ability to defend his position have made him one of the most recognized political figures in the country.
Hii pesa yote ambayo unaona nimeshika hapa ni watu wa Kimini ni wametupatia hapa. Na ni kwa sababu kuna wengine walisema hati hawezi kuwa rais kama hauna pesa. Sisi tunawaambia hata kama hauna pesa na una wananchi, unaweza kuwa rais wa nchi hii. Wetangula, Mudavadi.
But long before he became Nairobi Senator and ODM Secretary General, he was simply a young boy growing up in Western Kenya. Childhood and family. Edwin Sifuna was born on May 22, 1982, in Mumias, Kakamega County. He grew up in a family that valued education and discipline. His father worked in public service while his mother was a teacher. Unlike many politicians who inherit political influence, Sifuna's path was built through education, determination, and persistence. One little known fact is that growing up, he was known more for academics and debating than politics. Friends who knew him during his school years often describe him as outspoken, confident, and unafraid to challenge authority, traits that would later define his political career.
Arrangement. He's making many people uncomfortable. Not just Ruto. Even within the opposition, people are having to go back to the drawing board to rethink strategy. Because it's like he's entered the room and he's affecting the sitting arrangement. So you can't ignore it.
Education journey. Sifuna attended Kakamega Township Primary School before joining the prestigious Musingu High School. Even in school, he developed a reputation as a strong speaker and debater. After completing high school, he joined the University of Nairobi to study law. At the university, he sharpened his skills in argument, persuasion, and leadership. He later proceeded to the Kenya School of Law and became an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. What many viewers may not know is that his legal background remained one of his biggest political weapons. His ability to quote laws, interpret constitutional matters, and challenge opponents often comes directly from years of legal training.
You see, William Ruto was a big shocker because he came with the perfect economic models. And the people believed him, but once he entered office, he became a politician. That has scared the people from the politicians because, you see, normal human beings, there is something called the consciousness. They want to see somebody who can feel shame. Shame is a very important ingredient of indicating hallelujah because shame will prevent you from doing a lot of things. It has not to look like the Kenyan politicians have that thing called shame. Also, empathy. To be moved by pain of another person. The politicians also, that the crop we have been having, they look like they are dead.
The lawyer before the politician. Before politics, Edwin Sifuna spent years practicing law. He worked behind the scenes, handling legal matters and building his professional reputation. At the time, few people outside legal circles knew his name. Yet those years quietly prepared him for the national stage. The court taught him confidence. It taught him how to think under pressure, to think without the box, not just outside the box. And perhaps most importantly, taught him how to win arguments, skills that later made him one of the Kenya's most effective political commentators.
Nilianza kazi hapa Kitale na Bungoma na Muliro. Nikafanya na Wamalwa. Sasa nafanya na Sifuna. I am to tell you we are going to walk this journey together.
Ruto hana njia ya kurudi ndani ya State House. Hana njia. Na nyinyi nataka mkae ngumu, mkae ngangari, mfuate ule mfano ambao uliwekwa na ndugu zetu wa Kapchai.
Entry into politics. Sifuna's political breakthrough did not happen overnight. Like many politicians, he experienced setbacks. In 2017, he sought the ODM nomination for Kandui Member of Parliament. He lost. For many people, that could have been the end of the journey. But for Sifuna, it became the beginning. Instead of disappearing from politics, he continued working within ODM and gained recognition as one of the party's brightest young leaders. That same year, he contested for Nairobi Senator but lost to Johnson Sakaja, another defeat. But once again, refused to quit, the appointment that changed everything.
There is no longer a shortfall of personnel in the office of the Secretary General because from today, Edwin Sifuna is the Secretary General of the party.
In 2018, ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga appointed Edwin Sifuna as Secretary General of ODM Democratic Movement. That appointment transformed his career. Suddenly, he became the public face of one of the Kenya's largest political parties. Every major political issue required his response. Every media house wanted his opinion. Every political debate seemed to feature him. One little-known fact is that some senior politicians initially questioned whether he was experienced enough for such a powerful position. But over time, Sifuna proved many critics wrong through his consistency and visibility.
If I was the one with the misfortune of advising President William Ruto, I would tell him that, sir, you arrived on the throne at the wrong time. You arrived on the throne at a point when the country was tired of the manner in which it has been treated over the years, and that the grievances in the country had built towards a crescendo, and that crescendo is now here. And unfortunately, you do not seem to recognize that you are trapped in the middle of a revolution.
The master communicator. One of the reasons Sifuna stands out is his communication style. He speaks with confidence. He rarely appears intimidated, and he often responds to critics with humor and sharp facts. Many political analysts believe this is one reason many young voters connect with him. In a digital age dominated by social media, communication is power, and Sifuna understands that better than most politicians. His clips frequently trend online because he speaks directly, clearly, and without hesitation.
Kwa niaba ya chama kizima cha ODM, kwa sababu chama kinabeba wenye akili na washenzi, nataka kwa niaba ya wale washenzi niseme pole kwa matusi ambayo unaelekezewa. Na kama hakuna siku, wacha niseme bana, kama hakuna siku Mheshimiwa Uhuru chama cha ODM kimekuambia asante, leo nataka niseme kama katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, asante kwa kumshikilia baba. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga alikuwa anatuambia kila siku, wewe ni baadhi ya rafiki zake wachache ambao walikuwa wa kweli, na sisi tutazidi kukuheshimu.
Nairobi Senator. In 2022, Edwin Sifuna finally achieved a major electoral victory. He won the Nairobi Senate seat. It was a significant milestone. After years of near misses and political disappointments, he had finally secured a major political office. As Nairobi Senator, he became an even strong national figure. He regularly addressed governance issues, corruption concerns, youth and employment, and accountability. His influence expanded beyond ODM politics and into national conversations.
Kama Sifuna ameongea, ako na haki ya kuongea. Ako na haki ya kuongea. Kama wewe unatofautiana na yeye kwa maoni, sema yako. Sema yako. Si hiyo ndio demokrasia? Mimi sijasema ati mimi usiongee kwa chama namna hii. Sema hata kama unaona baba anafanya makosa, sema. Na ngoja tuende naye kwa mkutano ya tuko na inaitwa kwanza Central Committee, pili tuko na ingine inaitwa National Executive Committee. Tuko na viungo vya chama pale, tukienda tunakaa, kila mmoja anasema yake, mmoja anasema yake, anasema yake. Tukimaliza na hii, kuna Sifuna ongea na waandishi wa habari. Sifuna anaongea kwa waandishi wa habari.
Facts many people don't know. Sifuna is a passionate football fan and frequently discusses sports whenever he gets the opportunity. Despite his aggressive political image, friends describe him as approachable and humorous in private settings.
Hey bro, nini ngozi ya nini? Unajua unaweza nipea kiatu mpaka watu wasifimi ni mtu wa Illuminati. Na hii uchumi, watu waniuliza na hii uchumi umetoa wapi kiatu? Lakini hizi ni kiatu ya duka hii boss. Fast camera. Zero mileage. Ati zero mileage. Bora maneno. Hii zero mileage yetu kubali. Inakimbizwa sana kwa vile. Imepiga mileage kidogo, at least mtu ajue hii. Na hii yangu ina mileage kidogo. Hii ni Aldo. Usiseme wewe. Luku safi. Wakili hiyo ni safi. Nimekubali. Luku safi. Hii nikitoroka polisi. Ngoja rudi pige luku mara moja. Luku kwanza. Hii nyingine niende nayo. Inatoka nayo. Mungu tutatembea huko. Anza kufanya zoezi sasa. Weke hiyo hapo. Unajua ufai kwenda maandamano kiatu mpya. Unaweza toka bro. Siku yako potea. Kitu kali ndani. Imekubali. Imekubali unakubali. Shikilia hizo hapo ndo kazi. Asante. Lakini lazima nilipe boss. Lazima nilipe. Hii kiatu ni kali. Hii ni kali bro. Amwezi nipea bro. Nipee bill. Sisi ndio nimesema. Mmesema nichukue bure. Hii hata ukitoka nayo mbio ile siku ya maandamano hakuna shida. Sisi tunakuja na gambuti. Tunashukuru, asanteni.
He has often stated that political leadership should eventually transition to young generations. His rise to prominence happened despite losing 2 major elections before winning the Nairobi Senate seat. Many successful politicians never recover from repeated losses. He did. Could he run for president? This is where the story becomes even more interesting. Conversation about his future have intensified. Many supporters see him as part of Kenya's next generation of leaders. They argue that he is young, educated, articulate, and nationally recognized. Others believe he still needs more executive experience before seeking the country's highest office. The truth is that presidential politics in Kenya requires more than popularity. It requires national networks, regional alliances, financial resources, and a broad support across different communities. Those are challenges every presidential hopeful must overcome. The big question: could Edwin Sifuna become president one day? Nobody knows. But what is certain is that his political journey is far from over. From a young boy in Mumias to a lawyer in Nairobi, from election defeat to a national leadership, from political spokesperson to senator, his rise has exceeded what many expected. Whether he eventually becomes president or not, Edwin Sifuna has established himself as one of the most influential voices of his generation. What do you think? Could Edwin Sifuna become a serious presidential contender in 2027 or years beyond? Does Kenya need a younger generation of leaders? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next story. Thank you for watching. Been yours truly and truly, Jayuga, and life as it is Diaries continues.
Zote zitakuwa zinakuwa featured in our discussion tonight. So kabla hiyo, bora hiyo